Hello everyone, welcome to another webinar. Today we will be focusing on marking the attendance, recording the attendance on site when the shift is happening or after shift is done. We already did a couple of webinars about advanced scheduling. We had another one about how you can allocate staff members, various ways how you can get your shifts filled in OnSinch. So I recommend also to check those on our YouTube and also in our knowledge base where you can find them. So that was our previous topics. We were focusing on the scheduling part, scheduling shifts and scheduling people. And today we'll move in time to the moment when the shift is happening, and you need to get some information. Informations are variable, and you can have eyes everywhere. So today I will show you our two main tools that can help you to get information via the system from the staff members and from your shift leaders to you. So you have then easier and more smooth closing part. So you bill pay correctly, you bill your clients correctly, you pay your staff members correctly, and you don't need to go back and change. So everything is as smooth as possible. So that will be our topics today. Maybe I'll share a screen also with my little slide. So what will be our agenda is that we will take a look at our feature of clocking with geolocation, which is a feature that allows everyone on the shift mark that they are starting their work and mark that they are ending the work. Then we will take a look at another feature that allows your shift leaders to mark attendance, arrivals, and departures of their team for the whole shift. Or the same feature can be used by administrators. For example, if you are the coordinator, you are on site, you can do it as well. Then we will take a look at shift closing by staff leader. That's what they do after the shift happened. And we will take a look at one related notification, which is a reminder about shift that is starting soon. So again, your staff members are notified that the work is starting soon, and it helps reduce no-shows. And of course, as usual, we will take a look at a couple of related settings that are connected with these features. So that's our plan, and let's go to our system. And first, I would like to take a look at the first mentioned feature, which is the clocking. I have here my sample shift. So let's find it. So this is my sample shift. It's really small. There are 2 people, and I have activated this feature of clocking. First, maybe I should mention that this is a premium feature, and it's not automatically part of our OnSinch licenses. So maybe if you in the settings can't see it, and you will not see what I will be presenting, probably it's not part of your package. So if you'd be interested in it, you can reach out to us after the webinar anytime, and we can take a look at the options. So now let's take a look at the shift. I have activated the clocking in my system, which means that these 2 staff members attending this shift should clock in by themselves. So let's log in as one of the attendees. So here I am as a staff member attending this shift, and you can here see that they will have here a button for clocking in. Basically, it works that they open OnSinch on their phone, they will just log in, click that they are starting to work, and when they finish, they will click they are ending the work. This button is available 15 minutes before the meeting time, and it stays here until the staff member clock out or until the administrator closes the shift, because we know that the shifts are getting longer against the plan very often. I am now presenting in a laptop view, but everything is adjusted to smart devices and mobile phones because, of course, 99% of your staff members are just on their phones. So maybe I can just also quickly show you how it looks on the phone. Yes, so you can see that it's really adjusted and it's responsive, so they have the easy experience with that. So let's now clock in. I am starting to work, so I will click on clock in. And this feature can be used with the option that the OnSinch will check the location of the device where the staff member is doing the clock-in. Again, that's making sure that they are in the location or near the location, and all the information are stored for you, so you can see where the people clock in and how far, if it failed or not. So here you can see that I'm a bit far. So the staff members always need to, or they are asked by the app to allow the location access. Without that, we are not able to get the data. And we are checking the location only at the moment when they are clicking on the button. So it's not that we are monitoring your staff members and their devices all the time. It's just at the moment where they are doing it. So the page prompts and asks for the location check. If the staff member doesn't allow it for some reason, or sometimes can happen that they have some add-ons in their browsers that are blocking the location check, or maybe they have it completely restricted in their phone. Again, it's not possible to check the location by GPS, but still they can clock in, because there can be many reasons why it fails. So we want your staff members to allow to mark their start of work. So that will happen, for example, in this case, if I'm far. So I will click on confirm anyway, because I know that I'm here. And here I can see that I clock in at this very moment. And now I am working. And after I will finish my work, I will just clock out. If we now log back to the admin card, and again, let's find our sample shift. You can see that this line, this first staff member, yeah, it's already, I'm already clocked in, I'm present, I was not late. And here you can see that my geolocation failed because I was not in the radius. So even when they are far away, or when they didn't allow the location, they still clock in, but you have always information why the geolocation failed, why it was not successful. So, so you have complete information for the closing the shift and for the exports and data. Now I'm logging as another staff member, the same shift, and the same way they will just clock in, and they are starting to work. So this is done when the shift is starting, and for you as an administrator, it's handy to see, you want to see like the shifts that are starting, or they are starting soon, or they started recently, how it is. Is there somebody late? Did everyone clock in? Is there any problem urgent that I should be solving? So for that, there are a couple of places where you can check how the clocking is done by the staff members. One of them, it's a very nice widget that's called Attendance Overview. If you don't have this widget, you can always, here on the right side on your dashboard, click on Add and choose from other widgets. We are adding more and more widgets with some big features. So you can add more widgets. And here I have this attendance overview, and you can see that these two lines, these are my two attendees of this shift. I just clock in. And here you can also see that I clock in, but I was far away. Another place where you can check it is if you open the shift detail, and here you have button attendance review. where you can also see the times of clocking and clock out, along with the information, how far the person was, or the information about the geolocation. If we now log back as one of the staff members who are attending this shift, and let's say that now I ended my work, and so they will just again open OnSinch and click on clock out. The location is checked again, and they can here mark their time, either that they are ending right now, or they can change it to the past in case that they forgot to clock out. They can adjust it. They can here also add a note for you, for administrators. So for example, if the shift gets longer or shorter, they can add here with a note. So you have again all the important things together. So, and now my job as a staff member is done. I clock in, I work, I clock out, and I went home. And I will see here information how I clocked in. So you can see that I worked for 3 minutes. If now that happened that their staff member realized that they did it by accident, or maybe they did something incorrectly, they cannot change it. They need to reach out to you with the information, and you need to take this information into account during closing the shift. So that's how the staff members then clock out. If we go now back, yeah, you can see that I'm not in this widget now because my attendance ended. In this widget, in this attendance overview, if you go here under these 3 dots on the right and settings, you can adjust settings of the widget. You can rename it if you don't like the attendance overview name. You can set how soon, how most recent and upcoming shifts you want to see. You can filter as usual in most of the widgets by company, supervisor of the job, and very nice is that you can filter by status and absence. So for example, you can add more of these attendance widgets and to filter only late and no-shows to see the problematic attendance on the dashboard every time. So it's a very nice widget, and you can see you can have more. For example, here I have this one widget, and then I have one for late arrivals and no-shows. So this is how the people then clock out. And now let's check how you will close the shift, because that's always in your hand, regardless if people are clocking in, if your staff leader is doing it. Always the final step is done by you, by administrators. So it's all correct. The shifts that don't have a leader and the clocking was done or should be done by staff members are always accessible here in this finished shifts section. So let's take a look at what we have. And I have here some shift that was yesterday or some 2 days ago. So let's go here and close the shift. I'm sure you are very familiar with this form. So this is my shift from the past where the staff members clocking by themselves. So here you can see my note that Peter Parker added the note. He ended later, so the time is already preset here. When you hover onto the icons, you can see that he was too far away. So you can consider if it's an issue or not, if you want to check with the staff member again. And you can always adjust the times. So if you think that they clock in later, but it's not true, you can always change the time for the specific person. Or here on the left, you can select the whole shift or the whole position. And above the box, you can do bulk edits for everyone. So this is where you will see the clock-in information, and that's basically it. And you can continue. There can happen 3, let's say, scenarios. If the staff member didn't clock in at all, they just forget to do it or they don't want to do it. In the closing form, these people will be in a status of pending because system doesn't know what was happening to them. So if they didn't do it, then you have to find out somehow differently and adjust the times during closing the shift. It happens that the staff member clock in, but they didn't clock out. When you go here to the finished shifts and close the shift, the start time will be saved as the person did the clock in, but the end time will be as was the original shift end in the plan. So again, you can adjust it. And as I was already mentioning, if somebody do it incorrectly, then again, you need to change it during the closing form. So this is the process is very easy. And now I will show you a couple of settings that are related to this clock-in. So first, let's go to settings and agency settings. Let's go maybe to the editing part. Yeah. So in this section, in the first box, jobs, here you can turn on the clock-in feature if it's part of your package, and you can decide if you want to have it off, so you don't want to use it at all. If you want to turn it on for all shifts, it means that this is the global settings. So across your system, all the shifts, everyone will be asked to clock in by themselves. Or you can use this feature, this option that's currently on my system, and that people are clocking by themselves only when there's no staff leader on the shift. So that's my scenario, that I have it on only when there's no shift leader. Here you can also adjust the clock-in text that's shown to staff members where they are doing clock-in and clock-out to kind of maybe put their more detailed instructions. And here you can decide if you want to track the GPS location or not. So you can use it, and then here you can set some default parameter, how far the person can be, because as I was saying, the location is not always accurate for 1 centimeter, so there's always radius. If you decide to use it, if you want to use the clocking, but you don't want to check the location of the device because you trust your staff members, then you can here just have no, and the button will be the same. Staff members will just click on clocking, but no location will be checked. So it's not mandatory to use it with the geolocation. Here, for example, I have 75 meters as a radius, as a default one. But you can also change it within each location if needed. If we go here in the work section and locations, here is a list of my locations. And for example, here, if I go to editing, I can adjust the radius of this one specific location. For example, if it's a big venue, or if you want to set the radius bigger or smaller, you can adjust it also on the location level. As I was mentioning, the on and off of the clocking is a global, so it's affecting all of the shifts. Currently, there is no option to decide on job or shift level to say that you want the clocking for this shift, but not for the other one. It's currently a global setting for the whole system, but it's in our wish list in the future to have this option. What's also related to that, I recommend when you decide to go with this feature and start using it, again, we always recommend to maybe adjust the snippets in your settings, where, for example, this snippet that is shown to staff members when they are signed up for work, you can maybe adjust the text to, again, mention this clocking. And if you want further explain them why you are doing it, what's the process, I always recommend to use CMS to explain in more details how the OnSinch should be used, so everyone gets the most out of it. So this was the clocking part. It's, as I was saying, it's pretty easy. If you have any questions, you can drop them to the Q&A, and I will answer them after the presentation. And now let's take a look at the second option, and that's the on-site presence. That's done by the shift leaders. So again, I have here my sample shift. So this is my shift. You can see that in this case, I have a leader. So the clocking is not available for these staff members. Only this leader can now mark people they arrived, they went on break, or if they ended the shift. So if you decide to turn this clocking on for the shifts without the leader, they are always separated. You cannot combine clocking by people and then shift leader on-site presence. So it's are two different approaches, because otherwise there will be clash of information that staff member will clock somehow, then the leader will correct it, and we will all get lost. So that's why it's separated. So I will now log in as this leader. So now I'm logging as head helper, leader of this shift. It's currently already running. And here you can see that I have a different button. It's called Record Attendance. This button is visible to leaders of the shift half an hour before the shift starts. And again, I am doing it on a laptop, so it's clicking. But if the staff leaders open OnSinch on their phone, it's swiping. So it's again very quick action. They just open OnSinch, swipe people on arrival, swipe them when they are leaving, and they don't need to take notes or remember how it was. So let's go to click on Record Attendance. So this is my shift. I'm head helper. So they are also swiping themselves when they arrived. And in the beginning, everyone is here in the pending status. That's the clock icon. We don't know if they arrived or not. So let's say these two staff members arrived. So I can here click on clocking. You can either click that it's the time, the start time it's right now, or change it. Let's click on OK. And now on the top icons, we have in green means working, head helper, and Davis, they are working. It's very visible here when they actually started to work. And if we go back to the pending, we have still Zuzana pending. And we have here stagehand Peter Parker as a standby. Here I would take the opportunity to mention the standby role, because in OnSinch we have a role on the shift that's a leader. That's now me, head helper, boss of the shift. Then you have regular staff members with various professions. And then you can have a standby. And standby is somebody who is signed up to this position. They count with working on that shift. They arrive on the spot, and if they are needed, they will work. And if they are don't needed, they will just go home, and maybe you can give them some little bonus for being available. So standbys are saving the day when you have a no-show, so they can stand in for somebody. So for instance, here I can say that Zuzana didn't arrive. Didn't pick up the phone, we don't know, she's just not here. So we can click on no show. And you can see on the icons, I have here, these are the staff members that are absent. And I have here standby, so I can clock him in. So he's ready to save the date. So we have absent, here we have working. And the shift leader can always edit via these three dots. If you want to, or if they want to get back to it, if they made a mistake or something, they can always adjust. So for example, here in this standby person, if I click on these three dots, I can decide if I want to say that the standby arrived on the meeting time. That's good. They were not needed, so they will remain as a standby. Or if the staff member was needed and he became something we called working standby, that means that the person is needed, they work the whole shift and they are paid as if they were originally scheduled. So I will do this, and I will mark this speed marker as working. Then the shift leaders can also mark people that they go on a break. That's indicated by this icon with a coffee. So I can say that that he's going on the break. And again, on the top, the person moved, that they're on the break. So basically, this line is a status line. So shift leader always can do what's accurate, and we can also do bulk actions. So he don't need to do one by one, but just choose all of them and close them out and close them out now. So in the end, you will have everyone in this last icon that's finished, or maybe the absent, if they are absent. If we now log back as an administrator again, and let's go to check our shift again. So you can see it will be also visible on the attendance widget dashboard again, and you can also see that I already in the real time I can here see what this staff leader, this is how Helper did. So I can see, oh, he was late, oh, this was not present, but we had this standby. So I can always see how it's done and if there's any issue. Right, indicated by these icons, or I can click on attendance review again, the same case as before with the clocking, and I can see the times. And here I can see that already there's a break that the staff reader entered. So you can always watch in real time how the readers are doing it. If we log in again back as a helper. Let's check another shift. So that's so this is how the staff members are doing it on site. Your leaders open the phone, just swipe people when they arrive, swipe them when they're finished work. And second step that the leader can do is closing the shift after it happened. For that, I have prepared another sample shift that ended again a couple of days ago. So let's log in again as this leader. So these are the running shifts, and the shifts that are waiting to be closed by leader are marked here in this shift to close section. So let's, for example, here I have this my sample shift, and after the shift happened, the shift leader can do the final closing. So if we go to close shift. Here they can mark again the time of all individual staff members, at the breaks, at if they were absent, manage standbys, and adjust the times either one by one or in a bulk here on the top for the whole shift, or in a bulks for the individual positions. So this is a next step. The on-site present is good that the staff leader can do it on site when they are there. After it happened, they can just open OnSinch and confirm for good that, okay, this is how it was, this is correct for the administrators. Or possibly they can do just this closing part. It really depends, but it has these two steps ensuring that the data are really correct. Here also in the left, you can see that the shift leader can add you a note. So for example, they can add why it ended earlier or later. They can attach files, photos maybe of from the event or some documents. Or if the shift eventually started sooner, here they can mark that the client has requested the start at a different time and move the position start. So here they can review what they are about to submit to administrators. They can adjust the breaks. If the shift has a transport, so we are using the transport module. So if there will be a transport, they can also mark how long they drove or how far, who was the driver, who was a passenger, who was without transport. So basically all the information they can input here. And when the leader is ready, and I think that this is correct how I want to do it, they will just close shift. And after the shift is closed, they are prompted to add a feedback on the entire shift and all other staff members. And now basically the heli helper as a leader of this shift work is done. He submitted the information to us, and now it's again our part of admins to close it. And the shifts that are closed by this leader, they don't go to this finished shifts. They will always be here available for you in the section to close by admin. So for example, here I have this first shift, I just close. So here you will have information from the leader. Here you can see the note, and if there will be feedbacks, you can already see them on the right side. So the feature is good because then the staff leader put everything they know in here, and you can see it right during closing the shift. So you can maybe consider adding bonuses or penalties, and you have complete information about the shift. And basically, if it's all correct, you don't need to do any changes and just close and confirm the shift. And again, we end it here, and the shift is closed. So this is handy how the shift members, staff leaders are doing it. But this on-site presence can be also used by you as an administrator. For example, if you are on the event as a coordinator, you are not like scheduled on the shift really, you are just there kind of supervising. If you have your phone or laptop there, you can also mark the people arrivals and departures the same way as the leader is doing it. For that, I have here another sample shift. I think it is this one. Yeah. So as an administrator, you have always also here option record attendance. So if I click on that, you can see that the window is basically the same. I was just showing to you when I was logging as the leader of the shift. So again, you as an admin can do, or some other admin in your team can do the on-site presence as well, and clock the people in, and then mark that they ended the work. So it can be done also by administrator. And again, always the last step is to close the shift as an administrator for good. With this on-site presence are also related, again, a couple of settings. So let's go to the settings and see what things you can adjust. We'll go to our big agency settings. So first setting is the first line, and that's shift bonus. If you want to maybe motivate your shift leaders to do the closing on time and do it properly, you can set some little bonus that the app will automatically give them during closing the shift. If they manage to close the shift on time, then they help you with the administrative workload, and making the process smoother. So here you can adjust the bonus. Right away, the line below, you can decide if you want to give the bonus only when the shift is somehow big, to not give them bonus for managing themselves and some other person, but maybe it's supposed to be a bigger shift. So again, that depends on you. So these are the first two settings. If you scroll a bit down to staff, this section, here you can decide if for the on-site presence, you want to use the exact time of swipe if the on-site presence is done sooner. If you imagine that the shift is scheduled for 3 o'clock, the meeting is 2:45, and people meet there sooner even, and the shift leader just swipe people on arrival, you can decide if you want that exact time of swipe, which is early, or if the system should adjust to the meeting time. So in the closing form, you have then unified time of the arrivals. Then if we go a bit more down, you can again see in the section notifications amount of hours to notify staff leader to close a shift. There is an email that's reminding the shift leader after the shift happened that they should take an action and they should close the shift. And one more thing I think we have is in this section time limits, where we have for this third line, which is amount of hours when staff leader has to close the shift. And that's related to this bonus I was mentioning in the beginning, the first line, because you want to give them the bonus only when they do it soon enough, so it's valuable for you. You don't want to give them the bonus when it's maybe too late. So that's a complementary settings to the bonus. And another part, last two things are in this user accounts part, where you can adjust what staff members can see, what staff leaders can see, if they can see themselves, phone numbers or pictures. And related to this closing part, there's a settings that you can decide if the leaders should be able to close the shift, close the breaks, sorry, if they can close the break times, or if you want to have it just in your hands, or if they also close the travel distance, meaning how many kilometers or miles were driven, or if you want to have it again just in your hands and adjust it during closing the shift. So these two things you can adjust here. Then we have also some notifications related to this feature. So let's go here to notification settings and the staff member part. If we navigate down to the work section where all the emails related to attendances and jobs are, here you have notification that it's a closure of a shift you attend. If we go to edit, so I can show you how it looks. So this is a preliminary shift closure that will go to the staff members when the shift leader of the shift do the closing. It's handy because then if the shift leader do something incorrectly, the other staff members can see that they don't think it's correct and they can reach out to you directly before you do the closing, before you do the billing. So again, it helps to possibly correct some mistakes and to keep on the same page. And then we have another email that's a complete closure of the shift you attend, and that is after the administrator closes it. So that's the moment when the earned wages are going into the wallets and everything is closed. And related to that, we have also here email that calls shift needs a closure. And that is an email that is sent to shift leaders, reminding them that there's some shift that ended and they should close it. So these are notifications and settings related to the on-site presence. And as for the exports, I want to also mention, because now we close the shifts, we have everything stored, and you might want to export the data and work with it somehow outside of OnSinch. So for that, I recommend to go here to the left to attendance and attendance overview, where you have complete information about the attendances that are closed in the past, they are currently running, they are upcoming, so all the attendances ever. You can also on the right side here see various icons where that the on-site presence was done and people are present or finished, the geolocation, the node with the clock out, so you have always complete information here. And you can also use the filter. So for example, you can filter late arrivals, all the on-site presence, how and it was done, and geolocation status. And on the right side, you can export to CSV the data and work with them somehow outside of OnSinch. So these are the two main features. I also wanted to mention one related feature to this that can help you again reduce the no-show and make sure that everyone knows when and where they should be. And that is attendance reminder that is a notification in form of push notification or SMS if you have SMS gateway active. And this message is sent automatically by the system to staff members sometime before the shift starts to remind them that they have work to do. So let's take a look at where this is set. We'll navigate again to settings and here to our agency settings. And it's in the section right below. We have it. Lost it. Yeah, in the section staff. So here you can turn on automatic attendance reminders. So even if you indicate here that you want to use this feature, you can also decide if you want to turn on then for all the new positions you created by default, or if you will go and decide if you want to send the notification for that particular shift or not. Then you will choose how many hours before the shift starts you want to remind the people. So it can be 12 hours, 45 hours, depends. And you can also set the window in which the message should be sent. So it's not sent during the night. So it's somehow in a reasonable time. So here you adjust the core, the logic, and there's again complementary notification settings to this. So let's go to notification settings and staff member. So this is the one part. You said that you want to use this feature, but the second part for this is that the staff members needs to have option on for this notification, and this is this line, attendance notification. So you can see that I have a push notification. If you have SMS gateway, you can use SMS. Or if you have both SMS and push notifications, you can use a smart channel, and that prioritizes push notification over SMS. So when the staff member subscribes to push notification and this attendance notification is on, they will receive a push. And if the staff member didn't subscribe to push notifications, they will receive an SMS. It helps you to lower the cost for the SMS. And then if you take a look at where this appears in the shift, so let's go to some shift detail, for example, this upcoming. So this is my shift, and you can here see next to the position, there's a little bell icon that indicating that the notification, the attendance reminder was not yet set because the shift is really far away. And here you have option to disable it if you think that, for example, you have a big job. There's a shift every day, but the people are already there, so they don't really need to be notified because they are there together. You can disable it, or you can also manage it in a bulk for the whole job or order in the builder, where you have in this position tab box enable notification that you can tick or untick depending how you want it. The content of this message, of this reminder, is currently not adjustable. It's set by the system automatically. It includes time of the shift, location of the shift, and contact for the leader, if there is. But I can show you here in my sample staff member how it looks. So for example, here the second line, you can see that this is the content. We count on you for the shift today, time, how the shift is long, where's the meeting, location, and contact for the shift leader. So it's sort of like a quick reminder that they work soon. So this is my presentation. I hope I mentioned everything I wanted. So let's take a look at kind of the summary. So you can use the clock-in with geolocation. You can decide if you want to use it for all the shifts, so everyone across the system, or to use to utilize most of both of the features. You can turn the clock-in just for the shifts without the leader. So people are clocking in with the geolocation, make sure that they are already there. And when the shift has a leader, this person can do the attendance on-site presence, or they can close the shift after it happened and insert the attendance data for you, because the leader is then the geolocation kind of. And then the staff leader can close the shift for good, meaning that they will confirm what they did, how it was, and that it's all correct. Here I prepare some scenarios. So you can, for example, does shift has a leader? If yes, I have turned on attendance notification. Everyone is reminded before the shift that there is a work coming soon. So again, we are reducing possible no-show or late arrivals. When the people arrive, leader just open OnSinch on the phone, do the swiping. After the shift is done, they close the shift for good and administrate immediately to close the shift, to bill soon and pay soon. And the second scenario, if the shift is without team leader, again, everyone is reminded that the work is coming soon. So again, they are there on time. They clock in and clock out by themselves with the geolocation check, and then admin goes and again close the shift. And then you can do exports from the attendance overview with all the data, including what was planned as the original, how the shift was closed, so what was real attendance, and you can also there export the notes or the information about the geolocation. So these are the options that you can combine both of these features. So that was all for me. Thank you for your attendance, and I will check here if we have some questions. Yeah, so we have a question. I will read it. If a job finished early and the crew clock out after 2 hours on a 4-hour job, can I, as an admin, close the shift before the time the job is set to an end, or do I have to wait until the scheduled time is over? If they clock out already, you can close the shift. So yeah, that should be available. And I think that was the last question, or the only question we had. So maybe I will start presenting.
Thank you very much.
That was all from me. I think we will have it all recorded and share with you, and we will also share with you some of the links to our knowledge base. So as I was mentioning, especially the clock-in might not be available for you given the license. So if you think that this feature will help you to utilize more of the system and help you streamline the attendance process, you can reach out to us and we can discuss more. And I will hand it over to Marketa. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Veronika. We got one more question if you have a little bit of time. Does the clock out early affect the cost of the job?
Does the clock out early after affect the cost of the job? Yes. If the people clock out early and you as an administrator, you confirm that it really was, the price and wage gets adjusted unless you are using fixed wage and fixed price, for example, for minimum calls. So when I would set, then it depends, it's related how you have set the wages and prices. We can discuss the specific scenario via the support channel if you want.